I thought I'd just quickly walk through the PowerPoint and kind of talk about what I would do. Now, no matter how badly the poetry went, they will have got a bank of words, ideas, and phrases that can be recycled into this. So it will still hopefully be quite useful, and we'll see a high start point in the quality of what they're doing. The hyperlink here is just a forest sounds with a little foresty picture. So I was going to just play that for maybe a minute. Start with them closing their eyes, then opening their eyes so they've got some ideas, and then you're straight into the planning stage. I was going to fill it in on the board, and get them to write as I'm writing, using my TA to basically annotate one sheet which can be photocopied and shared around those orange children. The way I do these is, so they've got their planning sheet, and what I'll do is we've initially looked at what they can see and what they can hear, and I'll say, right, 10 seconds, you don't talk to anyone, I just want one word or a couple of words, your favourite word for what you could see or what you could hear. So you're going to get things like what they can see: leaves, trees, shadows, and I'll be writing this on the board. Rustling, birds, and the expectation is they're copying bits down, TA copying for the orange group. What I then do is, and again, I don't give everyone a chance, just a few quick ideas. Normally I focus on my orange and yellow children because you just want very basic ideas. They then get to do level 2, which is choose maybe one or at most two of the words, and can you add to them adjectives, descriptions, or could you up level them and come up with better words than what's on there. So then hopefully you get things like dark, shadows, rotting, leaves, and I just add them around. You get a few like that. I then do level 3, which is trying to get figurative. Now, this needs to be guided to begin with. So what I would do is pick like a really obvious one which the children have given you, and personification is like your safety net on this because that's the easiest. Your lower ability, things like trees, will be able to say as tall as or towering like, based on kind of what the blue word is, and the red word that they've given you. But you might say, right, the darkness, if the darkness was an animal, how would it move? How would it feel? Is it hot or cold? So you give them a few kind of prompts, and then give them again 2 minutes to talk together, and then they feed back. So darkness creeps around, trees tower above, or leaves dance in the wind. What I then do is probably again just repeat the process for smells or tastes, what they can touch. It might be an idea. What I'm doing is I'm bringing some branches from the garden and leaves in, that I can literally have shaking around, or they can feel and talk about as well. I put this feelings area in case they want to talk about how they feel when they're going into the place. So that's how I do the planning. We go back to the PowerPoint. So they do the planning. Basically on this bit, what you want to do is just kind of like literally a timeline of approach, what you see, hear, something like that. So get them to think, right, I'm going to do all of these ideas, all of those ideas, and they can organise it together. And then it's just a case of modelling. Now, realistically, I think this is going to be where we finish the lesson on, and then organising ideas, and then showing them how you can take your plan ideas and put it into actual sentences will be a whole lesson in itself, because we want to model different sentence types, and how we go from rough ideas to actually fully formed sentences. I hope that makes sense and is okay. But if you need any other clarity or explanation, or if this wasn't what you wanted, just let me know.